Hey, we're back. We are live. Only Sports Card Studio. I got in trouble today. Um, unless my wife, you might see from our Sunday show, she was in a cleaning mood and she ventured into my man cave and she saw the stack like this, except a lot more. So she realizes just how many cards I have and I'm in trouble. And she called me to tell me that I was in trouble. And I didn't get the call because I was in a sports card shop. But she doesn't know that. And she won't because she doesn't watch the show. So might need to dial it back or big sales on bulk quantities. But we're also going to open up some more stuff. Now, this is the Friday show we're doing right now. And the reason we're doing the Friday show now is because on Friday last night I was at the Maryland Black Bears game. So it's kind of my routine when they have the weekend game is after Friday I'll stick around, I'll get myself some dinner, I'll go to the Maryland Black Bear game. And I gotta say, it's a lot of fun. I have never had a bad time at a Maryland Black Bear game. I've been to at least half a dozen at this point. They usually win, but it's always a competitive, intense, exciting game. Nice style of play, physical, intense rivalries. Like I've always had a good time, and they put on a good show. They've got the lights and the sounds and the mascot and the activities. Like they are rapidly climbing rankings with me, so that's cool. So might plan on consuming more Black Bear hockey in the future. So I do have some cards, and it looks like I got some. So again, in order to get through the cards that have piled up, we're going to do this today. Tomorrow, I will be on my Facebook where we do Sealed Wax Sunday and open up something that has never been opened before. This is my open pack. So for a while, I thought it would be a good idea to open up my breaks and see what's inside of there, and then actually go through it later. And I just lost too much interest, so this was my open pack. It looks like I got a composite break for the Commanders, but I only got a single card for that. That's kind of weird. All right. We've got a Metal Universe. I see top loaders for all these things, which is cool because I don't always get top loaders for Metal Universe. So we've got our base cards, and I do think the Metal Universe base cards look really cool. I think this was maybe a multi-year break of Metal Universe. Because I'm seeing 3 different styles, so they do that. As per my tradition, I sit on these for a while, and I don't usually watch these breaks live. So when they arrive in the mail, it's a surprise, and I do like to surprise myself. So here we go. It looks like 4 top loaders. We've got these super creepy Constellation, I guess it's called. We've got a rookie Ovechkin Meltdown. Well, I've never seen this one before. Also starring Tom Wilson. Fitting. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to be consuming more Black Bears hockey, especially so UMBC is pretty much done with the Ice House for the year. I think they have like 4 road games, but doesn't look like they have any home games at the Ice House for the rest of the season. And University of Maryland is winding down too. So, but the Bears will go through till at least March, maybe even April. So they have a fairly long season. All right, this is some Upper Deck ice, and I usually don't get any hits from these guys. So I get the base cards, which are fine, but I've not been home a lot lately, so this kitties all over me. But I do have some hits in here. So let's see what we got. We've got a Premier Akel. Oh, is that numbered? It is numbered. But out of $9.99. We've got a Sub-Zero Ovechkin. And it looks like it's even a parallel. But I don't see a number on it. We've got a Sonny Milano. Green. Non-numbered. Depth of Winter, I do have one of these already. So this one will probably be for sale then. A Arena Green and Yevgeny Purple. So nothing super rare, low numbered, but still some pretty cool stuff. And the last thing I have in this pack, some Nationals. Looks like it might have been Cosmic Chrome. You know what? I think it was a mixer. I am remembering it. I didn't watch it, so it is still a surprise. But I see, again, 2 top loaders. So let's start with the non-top loaders. We've got Jacob Young. I think the Cosmic Chrome looks a little bit more cartoony this year. Jackson Rutledge. And this is Elijah Green on a Bowman of some kind. Bowman prospect profile. Then some top loaders. Okay. We've got out of 75. I'm going to try to pronounce his name. And a 5-star Jackson Rutledge autograph, non-numbered, but still very cool. And I've got a mystery envelope. Mystery envelopes are always very appealing. So I don't know what's in here. We'll find out together. Okay. This is going to be for the show with Melissa. So Melissa is still doing a monthly show. We're just not doing weekly. I'm not going to make her do that. So that will get saved for a little bit. And then I've got my mystery pack. As per tradition, it's at least a month old. I have no idea what's in here. Obviously, it's stuff I've ordered, but so I do want to talk some baseball. I saw an article in the Baltimore Banner that talked about how the Aberdeen Ironbirds were owned by the Ripkins, which I didn't really realize. I knew they were sold to Attain. I didn't realize just how close the Ripkins were with them. And it went into some of the history. You crying, buddy? This is crying. I went into some of the history of the team and some of the issues they've had in Aberdeen, and the fact that their future might not be super secure. Oh wow, it's literally on my screen as a sponsored ad right here. With Ripken ad, the Ironbirds' future is uncertain. So I haven't gone to the Ironbirds yet. They're one of the only Orioles minor league teams I've not yet visited. I do want to get there. It looks like one sooner rather than later. But talked about their attendance issues and maybe not being the right size fit, and it was only the Ripkins that were helping keep this thing afloat, and that wasn't going so well. So they were bought by Attain, who also owns Chesapeake Bay Sox and Frederick Keys and Spire City Ghost Towns. Frederick has a bigger stadium, bigger community, and they've really been trying to get affiliated ball back. Personally, I really enjoyed the Spire City Ghost Towns. I've gone to a couple of the draft league games. I've never really given it a good chance, but we're going to be doing that this summer. It's going to be all about the draft league this year. So we'll see how much I like it. I don't love the concept of it. It's a short season. It's, I think, like an 80-game season, which means only 40 home games. And the team switches halfway through the year. So it's really only 2 20-game seasons of what's essentially completely different teams wearing the same uniform. What I'm saying is you don't get much of a connection to the team, especially because I don't go every day. Like I go once a homestand. But if Frederick is my only team, then that means I'll be going more. And then they had the Ghost Towns at the same stadium. Frederick has that big stadium, and to only do a 40 home game season from June essentially through August, they're leaving a lot on the table. Like I would have recommended that they go with the Ghost Towns rather than the Keys because it's a longer season. I don't care that it's unaffiliated. The draft league, it's prospects, not affiliated with any specific team. Most of your players aren't eventually going to go to Major League Ball. And just from what I saw last year, the players who do get drafted, at least from the Frederick Keys last year, 2 years ago, they don't stay on the team very long. Like they had some of them were there for 5 games, and then they got a contract or drafted or whatever. So in terms of I watched this player all season and then he went to Major League Ball. It's just not what happens. So I've kind of been sorting out the situation. Here's what I think should happen. Bowie stays put. They're owned by Attain. They stay. They do what they do. Aberdeen and Frederick essentially flip. You move the high A team into Frederick. That'll be similar to what they've had in the past. They can handle it. They really want affiliated ball. They've got it. They're back with the Orioles. Makes sense. You wouldn't call them the Ironbirds anymore. You would call them the Frederick Keys as a new high A affiliated ball team in Frederick. Aberdeen is in a tougher situation. They seem to want the longer season, but they also seem to have trouble handling it. They don't have as big of a fan base. So I think you ship them either the Ghost Towns or the current Keys, which is the draft league team. Which one's a better fit? I don't know. Could you do both? Maybe. You probably wouldn't want to do that there, though. So you pick either the Keys or the Ghost Towns. You change the name back to Ironbirds, though. Probably. If it's not affiliated with Cal Ripken Jr., the Iron Man, I'm not sure you need to keep the Ironbirds name, but you're not going to call them the Frederick or the Keys because that's very unique to Frederick. Spire City, it's literally Frederick, and the Ghost Towns is local legend as well. So I think you'd change the name. Personally, I'd probably give them the draft league team. Send them there. That leaves the Ghost Towns. I liked the Atlantic League when I saw it last time. I know it was only here for a year, but they've got a team in Hagerstown. They've got one in Southern Maryland. You can build off of this. I think the Ghost Towns need to come back. Would love to see them go back to Frederick. You're not going to do that if the high A team is there, probably. Bowie is fine. Aberdeen can probably handle one, but not both. So maybe we lose the Ghost Towns forever. They haven't played in 2 years, so at this point they've played less than they have played. Weird idea. Keep them. Call them like, I don't know if you can call them the Ghost Towns. Call them like the Maryland Attains, and have them have 3 home stadiums. So some of their games Aberdeen, some of their games Frederick, some of their games Bowie. There you go. Name them the Bowie something or other. Put them in Prince George Stadium along with the Bay Sox. Right. I do have this massive pack again. So let's see what I have ordered myself. So I'm definitely going to have to order myself less, which is fine because I don't really see much I'm super interested in lately anyway. But I've got plenty that I can work my way through and open up, and then I got to catalog it and put things up for sale and arrange them for sale and all that. So let's see what I've done to myself. Right away I see some soccer. I see some Bowman, and I see some Mosaic. But I don't see any top loaders in the Mosaic or the Bowman, so let's go there first. Ravens playing tonight. I'll probably watch, I think. There's also a UFC tonight. I do like some UFC. Excuse me, buddy. This is mostly stuff we've seen already. Derrick Henry montage. Red Mosaic, Marlon Humphrey. But pretty much stuff I've seen already. Nothing too awesome hit-wise. So we'll move on to Bowman. I did get the Orioles because, well, they don't have a lot in Bowman this year. You got Griff. Ethan Anderson. We've got Enrique Bradfield Jr., of course. He was on the Bay Sox last year. He made it there by the end. Sam Messiah was with the Bay Sox in the beginning. He made it to Norfolk by the end of the season. I would assume at his rate, probably by the end of the season, maybe an all-star break, he is an Oriole. That's just my prediction, at least. Because last time I saw him, late August, it's my birthday party at the game, and I told everyone who would listen, like, take a good look at him because he's gone. He's not going to be here much longer. Sure enough, it was like a day later he was gone. All right. So then I got DC United. Now, I don't really follow DC United. I'm not super into soccer right now, but I want to get more into soccer. I used to be a big soccer coach. Haven't really gotten into local soccer, but it's a sport I've really enjoyed, and I want to get more into it. And some of my customers have asked about soccer cards, so I went and got some soccer cards. So I don't know who he is. If I'm being honest, I don't like the uniform. I don't like the style where it's all advertisement. And you got the little crest there, and that's about it. So I don't love the style, but definitely want to consume some more soccer this year. All right, I see an autograph. That's that last. Christian Fletcher. You are numbered out of 250. And Christian Fletcher autograph out of 50. So there we go. And with that hit, we'll call it a day. I will be on tomorrow, but on my personal Facebook to do Sealed Wax Sunday. Don't know exactly what I'm going to open. Perhaps this, because I do love the Chronicles. I did, I mentioned I was at the store, but I was at the store and I got myself another blaster of composite football because I really like those cards. So I did get myself some stuff to keep busy and have to slow down. But that's okay. You guys have a good one, and I'll be on Facebook tomorrow.